Dallas. Today we are going to be talking about Thanksgiving because that is in 2 days. So what better topic for us to go over? But first we just wanted to give a brief mention that it is the Feast of the Presentation of Mary. If you're not familiar, basically what that is Mary's parents, Joachim and Anne, were not able to have children. So they received a message from God that they were going to be having a child, who of course was Mary. And they were so grateful that they brought her to the temple of God to consecrate her to God. So that is today's feast day. Just a little fun fact for you all. So make sure to maybe say a rosary or something to give a little nod to that feast day for today. But our topic that we really want to talk about is Thanksgiving. And the point of Thanksgiving, of course, is to give thanks to God. But as we all know, the holiday has kind of turned into more about the food and football and the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and, Black Friday shopping. And it's not so much about showing your gratitude as it is not necessarily bad things. It's not bad to have your family together and have a big meal. It's not bad to watch the parade. But what do we do to show our gratitude to God and to each other and for the blessings that we have? So we wanted to kind of talk about that and what kind of traditions we can come up with to do more to show our gratitude and really honor the meaning of the holiday. So Lauren, do you have anything that you guys do in your home on Thanksgiving that maybe is special to honor the real meaning of Thanksgiving?
Well, we're still developing our own traditions, but this year I'm definitely going to work with the kids on doing crafts where they write down what they're thankful for, or I help them write what they're thankful for. Mm-hmm. But the last few months we've been playing a game in the car. So I have one kid that's like his personality is just very pessimistic. I feel like we all get one of those kids where like the sky is always falling and school was terrible and my life is terrible unless like I can do exactly what I want all the time type of thing. And so this one kid, I was like, how can I like distract him from the fact that he thinks that things are going wrong all the time? And so we started playing what we just call the gratitude game. And so we do it especially when we're in the car, like on the way home from school. And I'll give them like a number of things that they have to name that they're grateful for. So it'll be 3 things or 5 things. And I'll be like, I'll start. I'm grateful for coffee because it makes me feel happy. And I'm grateful for you guys because I love you so much. And I'll just go through my little list. And that one kid who happens to be more negative, he is the one who loves that game. And whenever we play that game, he wants to list like more things than the minimum. And it totally turns his mood around and changes his demeanor. And so I'm glad we started doing that a couple of months ago, because now on Thanksgiving, I just want the whole day to kind of be themed around that. Now that they've kind of like figured out how do I think about and express the things I'm grateful for? Now let's have a whole day where that's like the theme of the day. And I kind of want to start doing it on Sundays too, just because the Eucharist is an expression of thanksgiving to God. And so as they start to get ready for their first communion and stuff, I want to start focusing on that a little bit more with them on Sundays as well. So kind of just the simple, quintessential listing out the things we're thankful for. That's the only real tradition that we have so far, but I'm hoping that we can add more as the years go on.
I like that a lot though, doing it every day, because obviously Thanksgiving is a day we're supposed to give thanks, but it shouldn't be something we do just on Thanksgiving. So I like that you're already doing it, in your everyday life. I think that's really great.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but something about just thinking about and expressing what you're thankful for. There's probably psychological studies and stuff about this. I don't know them, but it really just changes your outlook completely on like the day and whatever you're going through if you change your mind to what you're grateful for versus the things that are going wrong. I definitely I have anxiety, and I definitely tend to just get bogged down by all the to-do list and the things that are bothering me, and I feel slighted by someone and I'll let it eat me up. But I feel like playing that little game with my kids, man, it really does change the whole direction of the day?
I know that we definitely didn't have anything like that on a daily basis, but growing up a little bit, my mom would, she had a couple of different things that she would do depending on the year. Like some years we did the thankful tree. She literally cut out a tree with like construction paper, and she would like hang it up on, you know, the door, and there were like leaves cut out, and every day we had to write down something for like a month or something like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thanksgiving, we'd have to like put it on the branches so that by Thanksgiving it was, you know, the whole tree.
That's such a good idea. I never thought of that.
And I think that one of the other things that we had done some years was on Thanksgiving, when everyone arrived, you had to write down, you know, on a little scrap of paper, you know, a few things that you were thankful for. And then it would all get mixed up and you didn't sign your name to it. And then it would get passed around and everyone would read it. I have to be honest, I didn't really like that idea.
I think we did that at our family Thanksgivings, like with the extended family. And I always just remember it feeling super awkward. I don't know why.
No, it really is. It really was awkward. And I don't know why. Cause I mean, there's nothing to be awkward about, like saying what you're thankful for.
Yeah.
But it was really, really awkward. And then it almost felt like for me that it wasn't genuine. Oh, thank you. Because you feel pressured to, I don't know, write good things or, you know, like instead of being just, well, this is what I'm thankful for, it has to be sentimental somehow or something.
Yeah.
So I was not a fan of that one.
Yeah, me neither.
The problem with the thankful tree, well, I think it's a cute idea, is that one, my kids are too young for that. They probably just rip it off the wall in like a day.
Yep.
Two, oh my gosh, it's so much work.
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm old, when my kids are older, you know, and I have a little bit more free time, I could go about, you know, getting a giant thing of brown construction paper and tracing out a tree, and, you know, but right now I just do not have the energy for that. So I need some kind of smaller scale.
Yeah. Well, the manger we were talking about last week, where you put a piece of straw in, I think for little kids, they could put a piece of straw for like each thing that they're thankful for too, you know. That would be one like super easy way to get the kids to play along. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also think that for like my son, Benjamin, who, by the way, is home from school today for Thanksgiving break. So you might see him wander in and out. So I think he would be easy. I think it's easier for kids to say, oh, well, this is what I'm thankful for, than it is for adults. Maybe that's just me. I think it's harder for adults to take a moment to find gratitude in their life. And maybe it's because we're always so stressed out. You know, you're always so stressed and you always feel like there's so much on your shoulders, or maybe, I don't know, but it's hard to step back and think, oh, okay, well, I don't have a lot of money in my bank account, but, you know, I have my husband and I have my family, or, you know, maybe we can't afford to go out to eat all the time, but look, our refrigerator has food in it. It may not be fancy food, but we can afford to feed our family. When you're stressed out all the time, it can be hard to remember to be grateful for what you have.
Yeah, it's almost like there's not enough space in your brain to juggle the things that you're stressed out about and the things that you're grateful for. I heard a suggestion one time. I still haven't gotten good at like remembering to do an examination of conscience before bed. Like, I know that's a good daily practice, but I rarely do it. But I heard a suggestion that someone was like, a good method of doing it would be to like find 3 things that you feel that you failed at, and then like make a resolution, and then think about 3 things that you're grateful for that happened that day. So I feel like making it formulaic might be helpful to some people, including me, if I could remember to get in the habit, you know, for just making gratitude a daily thing.
Well, and when you're, like you said, you don't have room in your brain because you're so stressed out. And so it's like the negativity kind of takes over. I think with Thanksgiving and holidays in particular, it can be easy to fall into that trap because, you know, now as adults and as parents, and especially as women, we have to be the ones that in a lot of ways pick up, and now we're the ones having to plan everything, cook everything, and make everything feel, special. So it's almost like, okay, well, now it's one more thing I have to stop and think about.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This year we ordered Thanksgiving dinner. I'm not making one thing. And you know what? I feel like unless you're having like 30 people over, it's not that much more expensive. I think for like 8 adults or something, we're paying like $120 for like a Thanksgiving dinner. And I feel like I would have spent more than that at the grocery store trying to buy all these things anyway. So I definitely am trying to like deload on the stress and the to-dos and make more space for the things that matter, starting with this Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I enjoy cooking. So, I like making Thanksgiving. I actually really look forward to it every year. But it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't like it. It's just, it's a lot of work. So it's hard to remember, okay, well, the food is nice and it's important, but it's not the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, one thing that I can probably work on is putting as much energy into, well, how can we show our gratitude on this day as I do into my Thanksgiving menu.
That's
like, I have weeks ahead, I sit there and start preparing, okay, what am I going to make this year? But if I'm going to be honest, I don't spend nearly as much time sitting there thinking, okay, well, how can I honor the idea of Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Are there any or plays or something that people can watch on Thanksgiving? I don't know. I know there's like Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
There's no Thanksgiving, like, I don't know if there's Thanksgiving themed movies and stuff, but I actually just thought a good movie to watch for Thanksgiving, at least for me, would be It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
Because, I don't know if it's just us, but for me, Thanksgiving for our family, it's like the beginning of Christmas season. After that, that's when we put up our Christmas tree, is this coming up weekend. And, we watch the parade, and then after the parade is over, that's usually when we eat. And then while we're eating, we play Christmas carols, because it's like, okay, well, now it's the beginning of Christmas. And so I don't know if anyone else feels similarly that Thanksgiving is kind of the start of the Christmas season. Yeah. It's a Wonderful Christmas movie, so it's kind of in keeping with that theme. But more importantly, the whole message of the movie is almost gratitude.
For sure.
Where he feels like he has all these things that are going wrong in his life, and everything is terrible, and it would be better if he just had never been born. And then at the end, he realizes he has so much to be grateful for, that he has so much richness and joy in his life. So actually, I might have to do that this year.
I am totally going to do that now that you mentioned it, because that's a perfect Thanksgiving movie. I think it's even better than a Christmas movie. It's perfect. Yeah.
Now, I know you mentioned how the Eucharist is it literally means Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. So
what ways would you think people could bring that into their Thanksgiving rituals and traditions each year?
Well, for starters, there's definitely a Thanksgiving Mass at most churches, at least in my area. Usually there's a Thanksgiving Mass. And I think at our church, I think they do like a blessing of the food before or after that Mass on Thanksgiving morning. So it seems like that would just be a really good way to start Thanksgiving, like in the morning. I know a lot of people do like turkey trot 5Ks and stuff. And I feel like if you really wanted to pack up your day, you could get like your exercise in, you could hit Mass, you could watch the parade, eat, watch a Christmas movie, like fit so much in there. But I don't think we've ever made it to Mass since we started having kids, like Thanksgiving Mass. It's really hard to get all the kids to Mass for us. And we only have 3, so it's not like I'm trying to drag 14 kids to Mass or something. But yeah, it's just been a big challenge. We're striving to make it this year. I think that'd be a great endeavor. If we don't make it, then at least I'll try to like do the Mass readings or something with my kids. Actually, I'm going to pull up the readings now. I actually don't know what they are on Thanksgiving, but I have a feeling they might be Thanksgiving themed. I don't know if I can.
And there could be if you can't make it to mass, because I mean, realistically speaking, it's one of those things where I would like to do it. And I mean, maybe I will, but realistically, it's probably just not going to happen. We have 5 kids. And like I said, my misplaced priorities, I have all the food that I have to make.
Yeah.
So it's not a holy day of obligation, So, I mean, if anyone doesn't go, you're not doing anything wrong.
Right. And I just looked up the readings, and like, if you couldn't make it to mass, these are like fabulous readings for giving thanks. So just try to pull these up if you can't make it to mass, and just reflect on them. I mean, that'd be a great alternative.
And, I just looked up, and I'll make sure to post it in the links, that there is an actual Thanksgiving prayer that you could maybe make sure to say that, to make sure to take some time for prayer, and to, as a family, show your thanks to God as well, and not just, like the Thanksgiving tree, the thankful tree that, my mom mentioned. It was great. That's a great tradition, but it still would be good to, for example, in addition to that, make sure you take some time as a family to give your thanks to God as well.
Right. Absolutely.
And funnily enough, another thing that I think people could make sure to do is that when you think of Thanksgiving, what do you think of? You think of Pilgrims and Native Americans coming together for the feast, which is, I mean, sort of historically accurate. I mean, I don't think it really is, from what I can recall, but what people actually don't really seem to know is that Thanksgiving came about from the Thanksgiving Proclamation from George Washington. And what it literally was as a country setting aside a day to give thanks to God, the Almighty Creator. That was Thanksgiving. That was when Thanksgiving was created. So even just something like that, maybe find the Thanksgiving Proclamation, because, I mean, don't be wrong, George Washington was not Catholic, but the idea behind it is still a good one. And it's kind of a little history lesson, as well as a good reminder of what the holiday is supposed to be about.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I'm going to look up the proclamation and at least try to read it with my husband, if not to my kids. I don't know how long it is, but
it's short. I'll post it in the links of the video for everyone watching. You might want to see it. I'll post it so that you can look at it. But yeah, that just kind of just occurred to me, and because I mean, why not? Why not mention that? Because it's a good reminder of what it's supposed to be. It's not about pilgrims and Indians coming together, which is what I remember I learned in school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. It seems like a good day to practice patriotism too. I mean, because it is part of our nation's history with the Thanksgiving Proclamation to acknowledge that our freedom and our rights come from God and are a gift from God. And right now, those values are so threatened in the U.S. From all different sides. It's a good time to just take Thanksgiving as an opportunity to pray for the country and thank God for everything that we've been given, and not take that for granted on a day-to-day basis, because we could lose it at any time.
Yeah, and it's a good reminder. Well, I don't know how much people want to get into this with their kids, but like you said, the rights that we have, our Constitution points out that they are given to us by God. Mm-hmm. They're inherent, and our Constitution does not provide them. They protect them, which is, it's still something pretty incredible that's acknowledged as these are our inherent God-given rights, the right to life, the right to liberty. And that there's this document that says so, and that says that every person has these rights, and these rights are to be protected.
Yes, I definitely want to teach my kids that at whatever rudimentary level I have to start with, for sure. Yeah, Thanksgiving's a good opportunity for so many things. Our faith, our patriotism, great food, celebration. Mostly I'm just trying to reset like my mindset regarding stress and to-dos, and just come back to like the basics and what's really important, and just take the day to be with my family and clear my head and not have to worry about all the things that seem so pressing. But at the end of the day, they're not the things I'm going to be thanking God for. At the end of the day, I'm not going to be thanking God that I have a long to-do list. I'm going to be thanking him that he gave me my family and my freedom and the gift of faith and all these things that we just take for granted on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I actually think that's a great place to leave off. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. If anyone has suggestions or for like the traditions that you do with your family, we would love to hear them.
Yeah, and I will post those 2 links in the comments here shortly. So from both of us here at Fidelis, I almost said all of us, and then remember
it's just me and you.
So from us here at Fidelis, have a great Thanksgiving, and we will see you soon.
Bye, everyone.